I started with the remarkable fact that the earliest recollections of a person often seem to preserve the unimportant and accidental, whereas frequently, though not universally, not a trace is found in the adult memory of the weighty and effective impressions of this period.
What's the first memory of your entire life that comes to mind?
First memory of my entire life that comes to mind.
Can be any memory, anytime.
Right off the top of my head, I think when I was, maybe when I was 7 years old or something like that, I can remember my mom had to pick me up at daycare, and she was late. She had to stay late at work, so I was at daycare past when all the rest of the kids had been taken home. So I stayed at the daycare by myself with just the teachers or whatever. And I don't know, I just remember it for some reason. I was playing some game that was like a plastic house that you could bring the toys, like these toy little people, up into a tree house or something like that. I don't know why it came to my head. It's one of the first, it's tied maybe with that and watching Spider-Man. I think it was around the same era. Watching Spider-Man when I got home, despite the cartoon, on afternoon cartoons on TV, and I remember I would try to climb the walls like he was while I was watching it, trying to like interact with, like, playing with the episode while I was watching the episode.
I got a concussion, and so like in second grade, so like we were at the Chiller, which is like an ice rink, and like ambulance came and took me, like they put me on a stretcher and I couldn't move my head, and so I had to get like a CAT scan and everything, and like I had a concussion, and so I missed school for like a couple of weeks, and like I don't know, it was bad, but like I don't know, it was probably
Why is that your first
I
memory?
don't know, because it was like a dramatic, like it was like a big chapter in my life, I guess, you know, because I don't know, it was just pretty intense, because like I never was like in the hospital before.
I have an assortment of memories that from early childhood when we were living in the forested hills of Portland, Oregon. We lived in this cabin in the woods, and I have different memories of that period of time that probably spanned a couple years. One of those memories is crawling into the chicken coop, which was kind of scary and messy. One of those memories is crawling in and out of rusty cars. There's these big piles of rusty cars that were just piled up everywhere because our landlord was a junk collector. He also had a lot of dogs, I remember, that were always running around. I remember peeing off of our front porch, which our front porch kind of hovered above. There's like a 10-15 foot drop, and I would pee off of that in the morning, and whenever I had to pee, because we didn't have an inside bathroom, and it was easier than going to the outhouse.
So what's your first memory from any point in your life, any time, any place, just the first memory that comes to mind?
Like my earliest one?
No, it can be anything, just like when I just asked you this question, what popped into your mind? A memory that just popped into your mind right now. Don't even think about it.
I'm not, what do you mean?
Like, you must have memories, right?
A memory?
What's it?
Say a memory.
I had lunch today, I remember that.
No, like a memory like that's important to you in your life.
A memory that's important to me. Got my tonsils removed, I remember that.
Was that like dramatic for you? Is that why you remember it?
No, I just sat around eating ice cream for a couple of weeks. I know my earliest memory.
Okay, why don't you talk about that?
I ran into a CD stand at Walmart when I was a little kid. That's it.
Why do you remember that?
Because it was funny as hell. I ran into a CD stand. Like, everything fell down. It was funny. You should have been there.
Okay, my first memory that I could think of is probably walking out of the apartment that I was living at the time with my teddy bear, Hans, who was a girl, had a girl teddy bear named Hans. And I just remember my teddy bear in my hand, and she had a nightgown. Why? At that moment, I realized that I really loved my teddy bear. I think that's what it was. That's when I realized it's probably one of the most precious things in my life at that time, when I was 4.
When my nephew was born,
I really loved my teddy
Or
bear.
peeing off of
I think it was
our
around the same
front
era.
porch.
Watching Spider-Man when I got home.
I ran into a
cartoon.
CD stand-up.
I got a concussion.
I fell into a creek and my pants froze to my leg.